My pinky toe's starting to twitch. That means district play is heating back up.
Mine too. We've got West Orange and APOPKA fighting for supremacy in 8A District 4 plus Seminole and Flagler Palm Coast, both undefeated, entering tonight.
And Edgewater versus South Lake for a little eagle-on-eagle violence. Roll the music. Chest bump. I rolled my ankle. Here we go again. Week 8 of the high school football season. This is Football Friday Night, presented by McCoy Federal Credit Union. I'm Joe Kepner.
And I'm Christian Bruey. Let's start with West Orange and APOPKA, both 2-0 in district play. Heading into our McCoy game of the week. Warriors walking into this one on a 3-game win streak. APOPKA coming off that loss to Jones. And a tip of the cap to the Blue Darter Band, the script APOPKA out there. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This may be the ugliest game of the week we've ever had. Rashard Sibley loses the football, squirts around for a while. Eventually, West Orange would recover. Now, the Warriors couldn't turn it into anything, so they punt Anthony Fieldings. Not living up to his namesake. Garrett Valentine loves to see that. Warriors back in business. Or so we thought. Seneca Sigler loses it on the exchange, and we had a 3-0 game at the half. Yeah, 3-0. So let's see if they got a stickier football for the second half. Nope. Tyler Jones muffs the punt. APOPKA recovers. And the Blue Darters offense, once again, would come up empty. Daquan Lohman rolling out, and it's knocked away by the big pink cast. The field goal will be blocked, so it's West Orange's turn this time. And Sigler takes the pitch. Akeem Brown meets him at the spot. That's another turnover. And this time, APOPKA would convert. Keep your eye on big number 88 right behind the line. They're going to go for it on 4th down. That's Jalen Carter, the defensive lineman committed to Georgia. And you're not going to stop him in short yardage. That's the only touchdown we got all night. APOPKA wins 10-0 after the game. Shane Whitehead, no fumbling issues with the microphone. He caught up with the winning Cub.
Well, it wasn't the prettiest high school football game. 5 turnovers between the two teams. Plenty of chances for both to score. Didn't happen until the 4th. APOPKA put together that scoring drive, and they get the big district win. When was the last time you saw a high school game 3-0 after 3?
It's been a while. In this day and age, where the way people throw the football around, it doesn't happen very often. I was just glad we were on the right side of it.
Both teams had plenty of opportunities through 3, just couldn't take advantage.
Yeah, they got down there on the goal line in the first half, and we had a good stand, and then we really controlled them most of the night. And offensively, we got moving there a little bit towards the end, and we're able to take advantage of it and get some breathing room.
Defense really stepped up.
Yeah, those kids play hard, and we've got talent over there. There's no question. We got talent at every level, and the kids play hard, and I've got a great staff on defense. They do a great job, so.
Mission accomplished. You're right where you want to be.
It is. A lot of work yet to be done. So we're in a good position. We're undefeated in the district. We've got 2 district games to go. Nothing's guaranteed. We've got to get better.
APOPKA's quest for a district title continues after a short week. They play at Evans on Thursday. At APOPKA High School, Shane Whitehead, football, Friday night on 9.
Staying in District 8A, District 4, that's what that says. Speaking of Evans, they lost to West Orange by 2 points earlier this season, but could still win their district if they could run the table the rest of this season. That test would start tonight at Lake Mary. Rams also operating on just 1 district loss. Jumping all over the Trojans early. Gunnar Smith swings it out to Rocco Underwood, and you're not going to shove him out of bounds. You got to wrap up, take him to the ground. 60-yard touchdown for Rocco's Modern Life. Rams up 10-0. Still in the first. Low snap, but Smith handles it. William Jennings Jr., Dub Jen, I call him, gets around the edge, nearly takes out our camera guy. 17-0 Rams. Evans would not be shut out, though, in the second. Erickson Danley, E-Dan, on the money to Alonzo Allen. A-Al, I guess, runs the final 40 in about 4-5, give or take. But Trojans not able to keep up with Lake Mary. Rams win it 31-18, Christian.
Well, the race at the top of 8A District 2, also a tight one, with Seminole and Flagler Palm Coast, both undefeated, entering their Week 8 showdown. The winner would be just one more win away from clinching a district title. Flagler getting home field advantage for the showdown between perfect teams. We'll pick it up second quarter. It's our boy, touchdown Timmy. Timmy McClain finds Josh Guilford. He'll break one tackle, and that extends the Noles' lead to 14-3. That's easy. After the half, Don Stark going to go for it on 4th and goal, and the gamble pays off. McClain going to O'Shea Baker, the touchdown maker. That made it 27-3. Later in the third, have you ever seen a Bulldog fly? Preston Roberts fakes out everyone and goes airborne for the touchdown. But that's as close as FBC would get. Seminole improves to 7-0 with a convincing win on the road. Elsewhere in 8A2, Spruce Creek handed Orange City University just their second loss of the season. Hawks were 5th in the latest RPI rankings for 8A Region 1. Then up in Ocala, DeLand beat up on Westport. Bulldogs still have some work to do if they want to reach the postseason.
Well, Edgewater stumbled on their out-of-state trip to Marietta, Georgia last week. Unfortunately for the Eagles, that game does count in the playoff rankings, but it wouldn't really matter if they could take care of business on the road tonight. Edgewater, they're the Eagles, had a chance to clinch their district title against South Lake, also the Eagles. First quarter, the Red Eagles off to a solid start. Isaiah Connolly barely gets touched on his way to a 20-yard touchdown. And it was just going to be that kind of night for Edgewater. Next possession, Connolly has to fight a little harder this time, but 14-0 for the Red Eagles. Let's go to the second quarter. It's now 21-0. The Blue Eagles punting. Deshaun Troutman may have tipped it, but Eric Doctor's going to get all the credit because that's what doctors do when everyone knows the nurses do all the hard work. 28-0 Edgewater. Eagles would add 3 more rushing touchdowns, including 1 more by Connolly in the first half. They go on to dominate Southlake 56-0. So Edgewater would clinch their district title if WEKIVA could beat Forest tonight. Whole lot of defense in the first few minutes of this one. Johnny Cheney barging in like he owns the place. 5 more Mustangs right behind him. Wildcats would punt a couple plays later. Ensuing drive for WEKIVA, though. Larry Preston floating one deep into the starless night sky. But Xavion Clayton's there to pick it off. So first turnover goes to Forest. But the Wildcats can't do anything with it. Going for it on 4th down, get mowed down by a stampede. WEKIVA takes over again. This time, they go on an 11-play drive, and on 2nd and goal, Preston crashes through the line. A little extracurricular football after the play, but no harm done. Forest did get a penalty. Go to the second quarter now. Mustangs ball again. Preston winds up, lets it fly to Jamon Coleman. 5'6", 140 pounds, but he's a certified touchdown getter. 14-0 WEKIVA. Next time they get the ball, Mustangs going deep again. Preston to Harleante Reed. That's Harleante with 2 E's, 2 A's, and 1 O. My. A few plays later, the pass to Assad Wasim is good. Touchdown is called. Then the refs confer, hey, did you guys know there are only 7 bones in a giraffe's neck? No, it's true. Look it up. Now they confirm the touchdown. WEKIVA not helping with climate change takes down Forest 42-7. So congrats to Edgewater winning the district and clinching that playoff spot.
It's a good fact. You're going to want to have your bug spray ready for our next matchup. Bishop Moore hosting Leesburg. Hornets and Yellow Jackets. Somebody was going to get stung. Bishop Moore 7th in 5A Region 2. So a win tonight could help strengthen their hold on a playoff spot, and they made it look easy. Gennaro Crankfield buzzing to the pylon. Hornets with the early 7-0 lead. Ensuing possession for Leesburg. This is where it started to go south for the Yellow Jackets. Harrison Dickus picked off by Alex Andre. 2 first names and 2 soft hands. Now, they didn't do anything with that one, but they did with this one. Brandon Thomas with the easiest pick 6 you will ever see. And I've noticed something with Bishop Moore. A lot of 2 first names. Next possession for Leesburg. Dickus sacked, loses the football. This guy isn't one. Carlos Bailey Vice recovers. 1 play later, though, here it is. Hornets swing it out to Steve Martin. He'll get high fives from his 3 amigos in the end zone. Bishop Moore living their best Bugs life, 38-0. Elsewhere in that district, Jones continued to steamroll, and apparently defense optional out in Lake County as Mount Dora and Tavares combined for 90 points in their matchup. At Orangewood Christian, legendary Central Florida coach Bill Gerke a chance to win his 300th game. But the Rams would have to upset undefeated Satellite first quarter. After an Orangewood field goal, they forget to tackle Danny Colby. Colby Cheese. Good, huh? Yeah. But I digress. He takes the kickoff all the way back, jump ahead to the third. Rams show a little life. Cody Elias makes the great decision to give the ball to Kadarius Roberts. This dude's a regular on Football Friday night, and he looks good in slow motion. Two-point conversion makes it 28-14. But the Scorpions extra venomous tonight. Gage Malkin with the old fumble-rooski. He gets in there, and win number 300 for Gerke will have to wait. Satellite remains perfect with the 49-21 win. Gerke and the Rams will hit the road next week for a tough one against Brad Lord and Foundation Academy. Maybe he can get 300 there.
Maybe. Coming up, we climb the ladder back to 8A and check in on Winter Park and Oviedo. Plus, Lake Nona looking to bounce back after their high-powered offense was shut down last week.
That's a nice catch. And a big one in 7A. Lake Howell and Winter Springs both with a shot at a district title tonight. We'll get to all that, but first, round one of tonight's Battle of the Bands. They're gold and black, and their clarinets are action-packed. Bishop Moore.
It's true.
Is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise!
Surprise! Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
This month on the Countdown, we check out some unique fall experiences and local hunts. I'm not gonna lie, I was not ready for what went down at our number one.
I've been hearing stories about this area being haunted.
Yes.
Is it true?
Yes, I would say so.
There's a paranormal activity investigating team that's over there right now. Apparently, they just witnessed some stuff. I'm nervous.
Watch Inside Central Florida, streaming and on demand in the WFTV Now app, on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and more.
Now you can get Channel 9 Eyewitness News updates on your Amazon Echo device. How cool is this? You ask a question, Alexa, what's in the news today? And it gives you an answer.
Here's your flash briefing from WFTV in Orlando.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Channel 9's Jamie Holmes. Today, the union's representing...
To get news updates, open the Alexa app on your phone, search WFTV under Skills, then enable the flash briefing.
We've got a red alert to tell you about. It's I-4 westbound right
in the car. There's nothing more frustrating than a traffic jam when you want to avoid backups or get a quick alternate route in the morning. Listen to News 96.5 WDBO with triple team traffic every 6 minutes. It's unmatched traffic reporting.
Westbound before you get to Fairbanks, tractor
designed to get you where you're going.
In the car, make sure you're listening to News 96.5 WDBO weekday mornings from 5 till 9 a.m.
Lake Howell has not won a district title since 1996, but the Silverhawks had a chance to end that 23-year drought tonight. They just needed to beat Winter Springs and get a little help from East River. They called this one the Tuscaloosa Tussle. Winter Springs could also win the district tonight if Lyman won as well. Focus on the task at hand, though. First quarter, Luke Morgan, you can see how bad he wants it. Bruising 10-yard run for the first down, sets up Aaron Rodriguez for the 5-yard touchdown and a 7-0 lead for the Bears. The northern end of Tuscaloosa Road feeling pretty good. Sometimes you have a night where you just can't get it going. That was Lake Howell tonight. Alex Saunders drops the short touchdown. So Winter Springs takes that 1 touchdown lead into the half, and the defense takes care of it from there. Bears win. Bears win. 14-0. Once again, Winter Springs could have claimed the district crown with that win and a Lyman win, but East River did not oblige. The Falcons beat the Greyhounds in overtime 31-30, so the Bears will need to beat East River in a couple of weeks to get that title.
Back to 8A now. Winter Park was 12th in the initial RPI rankings, but with a couple big district games still remaining, they still control their own destiny and could be hosting a playoff game when all is said and done. Same could be said for their opponent tonight. OVIEDO also 2-0 in district play. Picked this one up second quarter. Casey Case, he's got a couple of home run threats. This time he chooses Marcus Clark. The Miami commit takes the slant to the house. Wildcats take a 7-0 lead. Hooray, cheerleaders! Just before the half, I'm all hopped up on coffee. Keontae Coffee gets it down to the 10. Under a minute to go now. He's down to the 2. So in the final play of the half, they call the naked bootleg. Walker Atkinson can't get in there. Huge stand for the Winter Park defense as the Wildcats pick up a huge district win, 21-3. So that makes Winter Park's game against Timber Creek a possible district championship game. They'll play on October 25th. Wolves took care of University tonight, and elsewhere in that same district, Colonial with the upset 35-28 over Hagerty.
Elsewhere in 8A, Lake Nona has become known for their high-powered offense under Anthony Paradiso, but last week the Lions were tamed by Winter Park. Wildcats shut out Lake Nona 35-0. So tonight, looking to get that offense back on track against Celebration. Get some paper and pencils. Take notes, because this is how you run a bubble screen. Solid blocking from Manny Stokes as he slips away for a 45-yard touchdown. 7-0 Lions. Let's go to the second quarter. Connor Johnson to Andre Cooper, and give that man a red cape. Super Cooper putting us in a stupor. 14-0 Lake Nona. Still in the second. Lions keep it on the ground this time. Rashawn Barnado Jr. bounces outside. Nobody between him and the end zone. Lake Nona, no trouble putting points on the board tonight. 42-0 the final.
From the Lions den, let's head back to downtown Orlando and check in on the Boone Braves.
Through this time, we have been able to battle cancer, and now I'm in full remission.
That's Boone head coach Andy Johnson announcing to the crowd that he is now in full remission after being diagnosed with cancer earlier this year. His Braves at home tonight against Oak Ridge. Boone up 3-0 in the second when Oak Ridge gets on the board. Junior Muratovich. How about that touch, and how about that catch from Jaquan Turner? Pioneers go on top 6-3. Braves come back, though. Casey St. John calls his own number from the 10, takes a couple big hits. But this sophomore has toughness. I think he gets it from his mama. Boone back on top 10-6. Right before the half now, Oak Ridge looking to make this a back-and-forth affair, but Muratovich, no! Fumbles on the goal line, and Cole Nibbert recovers for the Braves. So with about a minute to go, Boone backed up. Not for long. Christian Roberts decides right now is the right time to rip off an 84-yarder. Boone goes up 17-6 at the half, and the Braves hold on for the 27-12 win. No surprise, Dr. Phillips in the driver's seat for 8A District 5, and they took care of business tonight. Doesn't show it there. That's a bunch of zeros. But I tell you what, Dr. Phillips, I believe, did win.
Yeah, sure. Let's finish up our heap of highlights out in Brevard County. Homecoming for Astronaut hosting Space Coast. 4th and 40-something for the Vipers. Jacob Bursler never had a chance to get that punt off. Abrion Torres recovers, and he's so close to the end zone, but they call him down about a half-yard short. Very next play, though, no room for Jaden Dollard, so he just goes over the pile for the touchdown, makes it 10-0. Astronaut. Not much scoring while our camera was there, but War Eagles go on to take this one 17-2. And elsewhere in that region, Cocoa Tigers are currently the top seed. If it stays that way, Cocoa will receive a bye in the first round of the playoffs.
And I will tell you, Dr. Phillips did win 38-3 over Olympia. All right, coming up, we have our top plays of the week. We call it the Precision Plays of the Week.
That's because they pay us to do that, though. Plus, we'll introduce you to our Scholar Athlete of the Week, who also has one of the best names in Central Florida. But before we unveil that, they're red and white and ready to reignite the battle of the bands. It's the Edgewater Marching Eagles.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy.
our back and forth, it always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Jerry presiding.
They said if I did a good job, I could keep the road.
The king of daytime is trading in his microphone.
You can't go around lying.
For a gavel with real people.
She's a hater. She irresponsible. You want me to keep going down the list, or that's good?
Real cases.
I'm 100% not lying.
And the realest judge around.
Trust me, I know crazy.
Judge Jerry.
Weekdays at 3 p.m. on Channel 9.
Power 95.3.
Orlando's new #1 for all the hits.
It's a moment when I show up, God, I'm saying wow. 100 bands in my pocket, it's on.
Power 95.3.
Custom designed for Orlando. I got it. I want it.
2 hours commercial free at 11:30, 4:30, and 8:30.
Like a light, like a light, like a light, like a light.
Power 95.3.
Orlando's new #1 for all the hits.
We're on to you, corruption. Government waste, your time is up. And all you scams and ripoffs out there, your days are numbered. Because 9 Investigates is coming after you. Every day, we're exposing the lies, loopholes, and con artists trying to cheat us all. 9 Investigates, only on Channel 9 Eyewitness News. It's coverage you can count on. Claremont's biggest stories are live on Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
On this date, this one right here in 1975, Saturday Night Live debuted with George Carlin serving as the host.
Yeah, Carlin, well known for his 7 words you cannot say on television. Don't say them. But our precision plays of the week might make you think a couple of them in a good way.
Yeah, I know them all. Let's take a moment to honor last week's winner. More than 95% of the votes on Facebook and Twitter went to Aramoni Roan for this dandy of a one-handed catch in the end zone. Wrapping around the defender to haul in the touchdown. Turned out to be the game-winning touchdown for the Tigers as well.
So this week's Top Dogs, play #1 comes to us from Oak Ridge. Pioneers always got athletes, and this year is no different. Jaquan Turner must have got a manicure because he has great hands.
Play #2, Edgewater Eagles have a Play of the Week nominee practically every week. This one goes to Deshaun Troutman and Eric Doctor teaming up to block the punt, then return it for a touchdown. One of 7 TDs scored by Edgewater in the first half of their game.
And finally, play #3 from Lake Nona. Connor Johnson just lays it out there to Andre Cooper. How many great receivers have come out of Lake Nona? There must be something in the water. Leads to big hands and great leaping ability. We'll post the precision plays on Monday to Twitter and Facebook, and you can vote away. It's now time for the FTC Scholar Athlete of the Week. Shane Whitehead traveled out to Volusia County to Cuda Country to catch up with this week's honoree.
We went to the beach for this week's Scholar Athlete, New Smyrna Beach quarterback, homecoming king, and senior class vice president Lake Jowers is our choice. How do you participate in 2 sports and keep a 4.6?
I just want to be great, you know, so everything I do in my life, I just try to be the best that I can and just work as hard as I can.
What's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject has to be math because I just like numbers and I like working with numbers.
He's a true student athlete. He works hard in the classroom. He works hard on the football field. He understands that, you know, the classroom is important.
A quarterback with a 4.6 makes the coach smile.
Oh, yeah, it's very, very good when your quarterback is one of the smartest kids on your team.
Football. Why football?
That was what my brother started to do when he was younger, and I kind of just grew into it and learned to love it, and I really appreciate it as a sport and to learn life lessons in it.
Senior class vice president?
Yes, sir. I want to go to college, and my dream college, I got to work really hard. It's very competitive, and I got to do whatever I can to get into that school.
That school is the University of Florida. Lake's family has a history of attending UF. He would like to study business when he gets there. When he's not playing football or weightlifting, Lake likes to give back. He takes a mission trip with his youth group to Costa Rica every summer to help underprivileged kids. Lake Jowers, our Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Go Gators, and congrats to Lake, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Overachiever, if you ask me. Now time for the final installment of the Battle of the Bands. They're gold and maroon, and I have a craving for crab rangoon. It's WEKIVA.
is Orlando. This is where we believe in magic and fantasies and wishing upon stars and the power of the imagination. This is where we believe in dreams and seeing them come true. This is Orlando, known around the world as the home of happiness, and to those who live here happily, as home. This is more than just a place to stay a while. It's a place to stay on the cutting edge. Here, innovation comes in every form, entertainment in every variety, and thriving businesses in every size. So if you think you know all there is to know about Orlando, prepare to be surprised. Because until you get to really know this place, this community, and see all the reasons why it's so magical, rest assured, you don't know the half of it.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
This is a murder mystery of epic proportions.
You get this picture of a jealous guy, thinks she's got a lover, and bang, she's dead.
What possessed you to do that?
Could this be a murder for hire?
When you've got something that was this bad,
somebody's got to pay.
Dateline. Weeknights at 9 on TV 27. ESPN 580 is your home to Miami Dolphins football in Orlando. Don't miss a single play. Listen to all of the games live on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Really looking forward to that one tomorrow. We're almost out of time, so let's not break tradition. Remind you about tomorrow's college football action on Channel 9.
Yeah, we've got a triple header starting at noon, but Florida State and Clemson will serve as the meat to our football sandwich. Noles and Tigers kick it off at 3:30.
That's going to do it for us. Have a great night, everyone.
See you.